Hello friends, it is Rachel and I'm finally sitting down to do this tutorial. Everyone keeps telling me to please film it and I keep forgetting to film it and I'm really sorry. I need to stop having so much coffee before I come on camera. Alright, let's get started. The look's actually really easy to create. I'm starting with some thermal protectant spray. I always spray this through my hair before I put any heat on it, whether that be the hairdryer or a curler or a straightener. Today I'm actually using a hair straightener that is able to curl hair as well. Giving it a really good brush through to distribute that, especially through the ends, because that's kind of where your hair is a little bit more dry and fragile. And then just with a scrunchie, I'm sectioning off my hair, so I'm going ear to ear. The straightener I'm using is by the brand Silver Bullet, so it's really old, it's lost some of its like bits or whatever, but it works well still. I also like that it's got a dial that can kind of change temperatures up and down, so I kind of get it mid-hot. Starting on this one side, I'm dividing it into 2 equal sections, so maybe like 1 inch by 1 inch squares. Then right at the root, I am grabbing the hair and twisting it under 180 degrees. And then twisting it back 180 degrees, then twisting it back under 180 degrees. And you get this kind of loose wave effect. Then for the next section, I'm doing the opposite, so I'm turning under first, and then over, and then under. So we're creating a bit of variation in those waves. So again, we're going over first, then under, then over. It'll be a lot easier for you to get a grasp of the movement I'm doing kind of in the longer top layers, because these layers are so short, it's hard to see what I'm doing with that straightener. So moving up 1 inch or so, I'm gonna do it a little bit bigger because I am lazy. If you have finer hair, take your sections maybe a tiny bit smaller than I am, just so that you're able to get a little bit more wave and volume throughout the hair. If your sections are tangly at all, make sure you brush them before you apply any heat to it, otherwise you're just locking in those tangles. So again, I'm starting by rotating that straightener over, and then releasing that and rotating it under. Releasing that and rotating it over, and then under again, and then over at the very end. Next section, we're going to do the opposite of this one, so we're starting by going under. If my hands look shaky, I'm so sorry. I've had a lot of coffee this morning. I'm not clamping hard, that's not why they're shaking. I just get really shaky hands. And then over, and then under, and then over again. So going over for this section, then under, then over, then under again. So as you can see, it is a really fast process. I'm moving up to the next section now. So just so you know which way to kind of face a straightener, because it's a bit of a weird fiddly movement, because I'm right-handed, I always go on the left side of my head with the straightener pointing backward, so back that way. And then on the right side, I actually face the straightener forward. And then that way the motion in the wrist is always the same, whether you're going this way on this side of the head or that way on the other side. Alright, and we are already up to the very last section. Because this look gives you a lot of volume down the ends, I like to put a little bit of root volume just at the front to frame the face a little bit more. So with this front section, I'm taking the straightener and pulling it up while clamped, just to get a bit of a root lift. And then just going back in with the same movement. So you can see that's given me just a little bit of lift there at the front of the face, so it's not just sitting flat and then really big at the bottom. And then as per usual, I am alternating that, so I'm starting under and then over and so on. The front is the only time I really take much care with this hairstyle because I want it to nicely frame the face, but I don't mind if everything else is a little bit messy. Now that that's all done, I'm just running my fingers through the roots and giving it a little bit of a tease, and that will help separate the curls as well as give you some root lift throughout the hair. So if your hair doesn't hold curl very easily, this would be the time that you would put hairspray in, but my hair holds curl and wave really, really well, so I'm going to finish off with a shine spray instead. This one is by Evo. It's called Love Touch Shine Spray. And scrunch that product in. Just brings a little bit of glossiness back to the hair and a little bit of separation through those ends. And then of course, one of my favorite things to do is accessorize the hair. You guys always see me wearing hair clips on Instagram. And that is it. That is the final look. Really easy, beachy, mermaidy hair. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any other questions on how I did this down below. I know it's a bit of a fiddly movement, but once you get that over-under kind of down pat, it's so fast to create. I do this hairstyle literally in 5 minutes in the morning, although I do only really do the top like 1 or 2 layers. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. And if you want to hang out every day, I do post on Instagram every bloody day. And if not, I understand. I'm a lot to deal with. I will see you guys on my next video. Mwah!